So, this isn't a Nova update, but my wife and I are working on something in the kitchen. I thought I would share it with the garage, since there are a lot of people out there that like to tempt everybody with food. What we're doing is we're pickling Hungarian wax peppers, or hot peppers. They're large variety. Wow, these are big. We're going to have to cut some of these down.
The green ones aren't the wax peppers. That's the other pepper the guy wants us to try.
Oh, okay. But I was introduced to these by Becca and her family, and I love these. I'll eat like 5 at a sitting and pay for it dearly later. But these are awesome. So we're going to show you how to do it. It's really simple. The hardest part about it is finding the damn peppers. So we'll take you through step by step.
Okay, so right now we're boiling the containers to sterilize them, and Ruben's very carefully trying to pour the water out without pouring it on himself, letting those cool a little bit. And then in the other container that's next to him is the brine that's going to go over the peppers, which is 6 cups of vinegar, 2 cups of water, and 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of pickling salt. And that's our next step. Shove it in the jar.
So the stabbing does what?
The stabbing's allowing the brine to get into the pepper. And then we're alternating up, down, so you can get more peppers into the jar. We really should be using the wide mouth jars, but I didn't have any, and I want to get these done. 1 for studying, 2 for them not going bad, since they are very hard to find. And this is our first time doing this. Usually we just take from my mom.
Alright, so our jars are all packed with the raw peppers. The holes poked in there so the brine can get all through them. A clove of garlic stuffed in each one. And we're ready to pour the brine over them and then seal them up. So, and Becca says you can reuse the screw top part, but not the actual lid after you boil them, because the seal becomes compromised, I guess, is the general wisdom. Ready to brine?
Yes.
So what is the brine?
The brine is 6 cups of vinegar, just white vinegar, 2 cups of water, and 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon of pickling salt.
Pickling salt. So that's boiled and then just poured in there, and it sterilizes everything and adds wonderful flavor. So that's it.
Yeah.
Do you have to cap it right away, or?
Yes.
And when do we put that in?
We'll put that in once I've got enough to fit in the canner.
Okay. So the last step is sanitizing everything. You put the jars in boiling water. Make sure that the tops get covered. And then you take them out after a couple minutes. And when the tops go pop and cave in, you know you've got a good seal, and you probably had enough heat there. So.
And with this recipe, it's actually 15 minutes that you're boiling them.
You can probably never boil it too much. The only thing, if you've got a lot of air trapped in the jar, and you boil it too much, it might explode.
We've had that with tomatoes.
Yeah, so these little jar picker-uppy things, these are awesome. Specifically made for this. So, and you can't get this at Harbor Freight. All the germs are going, no, let us help, let us help. So, they're out of the canner, which is basically this big pot that's deep enough to bury the jars in boiling water. And when the lids start to pop, going from the concave or convex to concave, that's when they're ready. I've already had one. This one just popped. So that's when you know they're good. So we're going to be having some peppers with our pork loin this evening. Not these. We have some from prepared earlier last year. So here we are with pork loin, tomatoes from our garden, succotash, and hot peppers. These were ones that were prepared by my mother-in-law a year ago. Very good. Just don't touch your eyes after opening them. So, everybody make hot peppers and burn your colons.